On a normal Monday evening, November 10, 2025, people in Delhi were going about their lives. Many were near the famous Red Fort metro station, a busy place in India's capital city. The evening was quiet until 6:52 p.m. Then a very loud noise suddenly filled the air. An explosion had happened. A car, a Hyundai i20, was parked close to Gate 1 of the metro station. In a flash, this car turned into a giant ball of fire. The explosion was powerful and spread quickly. This sudden fire caused great destruction. Many people nearby were hit by the blast. Tragically, at least 9 individuals lost their lives. More than 30 others suffered injuries, some very serious. Right after the explosion, the area became a scene of chaos. Smoke rose into the sky, and flames lit up the evening. People were in shock, confusion, and fear. First, some ran, trying to escape the danger. Then, people started to help those who were hurt. This horrible event sent a wave of shock across the entire nation. News spread fast, and everyone in India heard about the tragedy. Because of this, authorities immediately launched a huge investigation. They aimed to understand exactly what caused the explosion and to find the people responsible. This attack was a sad reminder of how quickly peace can be broken. 2. The big explosion. At exactly 6:52 p.m. on Monday evening, a quiet moment turned into a nightmare near the Red Fort metro station. A white Hyundai i20 car was moving slowly. It stopped at a traffic light, like many other cars. But then a very loud sound filled the air. A massive explosion came from inside the car. The blast was extremely powerful. It shook the ground. People nearby felt the shock wave hundreds of meters away. Streetlights went dark for a moment, and glass windows in buildings shattered. The car quickly turned into a huge fireball. The fire spread fast. 6 other cars, 2 electric rickshaws, and 1 auto rickshaw caught fire, burning brightly. People who saw the explosion were terrified. One man, Om Prakash Gupta, ran out of his house. He saw many cars burning and sad parts scattered on the road. Another person said they fell 3 times because of the blast. They told reporters it felt as if we were all going to die. The scene was one of total destruction and chaos. Emergency services quickly moved to help. The Delhi Fire Department received many calls. 7 fire trucks rushed to the area. Firefighters worked very hard to put out the huge blaze. Deputy Chief Fire Officer A.K. Malik later said they got the main fire under control in about 37 minutes by 7:29 p.m. At the same time, police quickly secured the area. They closed off a large part around Gate 1 of the Red Fort metro station. This was to keep people safe and to start looking for clues. The site was full of twisted, burned metal and sad signs of the terrible event. Senior officials soon arrived to see the damage. Delhi Police Commissioner Satish Golcha was there. Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke about his sadness for the victims. Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited the blast site and the hospital where people were taken. Everyone knew this was a very serious incident for the nation. 3. In the hospital. After the big explosion, Lok Nayak Hospital became a place of urgent activity. Ambulances rushed to its doors, one after another, bringing many injured people. Doctors, nurses, and other medical staff immediately began working hard. The hospital's emergency room filled quickly with patients needing help. 15 doctors and 20 medical assistants worked together to treat everyone. They saw terrible injuries. Many victims had severe burns on their skin. Others suffered from broken bones, deep cuts, and head injuries. Sadly, some people had even lost limbs from the powerful blast. 8 people were already deceased when they arrived. Their bodies were badly damaged, making it very difficult to identify them. Doctors knew that DNA tests would be necessary to find out who these victims were. It was a very hard and sad time for the medical teams. Outside the hospital, a different kind of pain was visible. Many families gathered, full of sadness and worry. They stood close together, waiting for any news about their loved ones. Police officers and security guards were everywhere, making sure the area was safe. This also meant that some families had to wait for many hours before they could see their injured relatives, which made their fear even worse. The hospital staff also struggled to manage the large number of worried relatives, adding to the day's stress. Among the injured was Joginder Singh, a 34-year-old taxi driver. He had painful burns on his neck, hands, and head. Joginder felt deep sadness because his taxi, which he had bought just 2 months before with all his savings, was completely destroyed in the explosion. He had lost his way to earn a living. 2 women, Suman and Sarita Saxena, were also hurt. They were traveling in an e-rickshaw to a temple when the blast made their vehicle overturn. They both suffered injuries. These personal stories showed the terrible human cost of the attack, affecting ordinary lives in a profound way, and turning a normal evening into a nightmare for many. 4. The police find a clue. After the big explosion, the police began their very difficult work. Investigators moved quickly, trying to find answers and understand what happened. They searched through the destroyed cars and collected many pieces of evidence. Soon, they found a very important clue. This clue connected the Red Fort explosion to a major event that happened just a few days earlier. This event was a large police operation in a nearby city called Faridabad. Police agencies from different states had worked together for many days. They had been watching a suspected terror group very carefully. On the same day as the Red Fort blast, police announced their success. They had arrested 8 people in Faridabad. Among these 8 people, 3 were medical doctors. This was a surprising discovery for the police. These were educated professionals, not common criminals, which made the network even more concerning. During the raids in Faridabad, police found a huge amount of dangerous materials. They discovered almost 3,000 kilograms of substances used to make bombs. This included a lot of ammonium nitrate and other explosive chemicals. It was one of the largest seizures of bomb-making materials ever seen in India in recent years. This amount was enough to cause massive destruction and create many powerful bombs. The police also found many weapons hidden by the group. They recovered powerful assault rifles such as AK-47 and AK-56 models. There were also smaller handguns like Beretta and Chinese Star pistols. Beyond the firearms, the police found many other items needed to build bombs. These included about 20 detonators, which are small devices that start an explosion. They also found electronic circuits, timers with batteries, wires, remote controls, and metal sheets. All these things showed that the group was ready to build many improvised explosive devices for attacks. This major find in Faridabad completely changed the investigation into the Red Fort explosion. It was no longer just a mystery. It was clearly a terror attack. The large amount of explosives and weapons proved that the group had big, dangerous plans. This discovery became the most important lead for the police. They now knew they were dealing with a serious terror network. They had a clear direction to follow, and their search for the people behind the attack became more focused on this dangerous group and its activities. 5. The man in the car. The police investigation now focused on one person who was not caught in the Faridabad raids. This man was Dr. Mohammed Umar. He was a doctor from Pulwama. Dr. Umar was important because he owned the blue Hyundai i20 car that exploded near the Red Fort. Police believed Dr. Umar heard about the arrests of his friends like Dr. Muzammil Shapil and Dr. Adil Rather. These arrests happened just before the Red Fort blast. When Dr. Umar learned his group was discovered, he might have felt very scared. He knew the police would soon find him too. Investigators thought that Dr. Umar then made a quick, desperate choice. They believed he decided to carry out a suicide attack. This kind of attack means a person uses a bomb and dies in the explosion. Police found CCTV video that showed Dr. Umar in the driver's seat of the Hyundai i20 a few hours before the blast. The theory was that Dr. Umar put the bomb inside his car. Then he drove it to the busy area near the Red Fort. At 6:52 p.m., the bomb exploded. This was a very crowded place, full of people. Police think the car had explosives ready before Dr. Umar drove it there. They will do DNA tests on the remains from the car to confirm if he was inside when it exploded. Dr. Umar had been wanted by the police for some months for other crimes, like helping to pay for terror acts and illegal weapons. The police also looked closely at the car's ownership. This was important to understand how the bomb got to the Red Fort. The car had been bought and sold many times. First, a man named Mohammed Salman from Gurgaon owned it. He sold it to another person, Nadim. Then Nadim sold the car to a used car dealer in Faridabad. After that, the car dealer sold the car to Tariq. Tariq lived in Pulwama. Police later took Tariq in for questioning. Finally, Tariq sold the car to Dr. Mohammed Umar. This long chain of owners was not normal. Police believed it was a way to hide who would finally use the car. It made it harder for police to find the real owner and connect him to the terror group. The police think Dr. Umar's actions were not part of a big planned attack. Instead, they think he acted fast and in fear. He probably wanted to avoid being arrested after his friends were caught. His actions led to the terrible explosion and the deaths of innocent people. The timing of the blast, very soon after the arrests became public, strongly supported this idea of a desperate, last-minute act. 6. A terrorist group. Police began to suspect a big terrorist group was behind the Delhi explosion. This group is called Jaish-e-Mohammed, or JEM. It is a known group based in Pakistan. This group has a history of using car bombs in its attacks. They used car bombs in Kashmir many times, going back to the year 2000. A very well-known attack was in 2019, where a car bomb killed many police officers. So, the car bomb in Delhi was like their usual way of attacking. Official sources said that JEM often uses vehicle bombs. They also noted a pattern in JEM's actions, with attacks often happening about 3 months apart. In Faridabad, police found a very large amount of bomb-making materials and weapons. There were almost 3,000 kilograms of explosives. This was enough to make many bombs. Police also found AK-47 rifles and other guns. This suggested that the group was planning more than just one attack. They likely wanted to carry out many big attacks in different cities. They might have also planned to use guns in some attacks, not just bombs. This showed how dangerous the group was and how much they had planned for a long time. The materials could have supplied many terror cells across India. What was surprising was the people in this terror group. Many of them were well educated. Among those arrested were several doctors. For example, Dr. Muzammil Shakil worked as a teacher at a university in Faridabad. He had rented the houses where the explosives were hidden for a long time. Another doctor, Dr. Adil Ahmad Rather, was also arrested. Police said he supported the Jaish-e-Mohammed group. There was also Dr. Adil and Dr. Shaheen, who was arrested with a rifle in her car. These doctors had good jobs and were part of society. This made it harder for police to find them. Their education and normal lives helped them hide their secret plans for a long time. The police continued to investigate to find all members of the group. 7. A scared country. The Red Fort is a very old and important building in Delhi. It is a symbol of India's history and freedom. Every year, India's Prime Minister gives a speech there on Independence Day. Many tourists and local people visit this famous place daily. The attack near such an important landmark sent a clear message. It showed that the terrorists targeted a place special to the whole country. After the explosion, the entire nation felt worried. The government quickly issued a security alert for all states. This meant police and security forces across India had to be very careful. States from Maharashtra to Kerala and from Punjab to Gujarat were put on high alert. Everyone was asked to look out for anything suspicious. Police put more guards at crowded places. They increased security at train stations, bus terminals, and shopping malls. Temples and other religious sites also had more security. For example, in Rajasthan, police were deployed at all important public places. Uttar Pradesh also made its police force work harder, especially near important religious areas and borders. Metro systems in different cities like Delhi also became much stricter with security checks. In Delhi, especially near the Red Fort, the attack had a big effect on local businesses. Traders in the Chandni Chowk market, a very old and busy area nearby, announced that their shops would close. People were scared to come out. This created fear and sadness in the community. The local economy suffered as shops stayed closed and fewer people visited. The attack hurt businesses and made people feel unsafe in their own city. 8. The end of the story. The Red Fort car explosion was a very important event for India. It showed that even with strong security in place, terror groups can still carry out attacks. This made many people worry about their safety in India's big cities and at important public places. After the explosion, the police and other investigative groups worked very hard. They started to learn more about the people involved. It was surprising to find out that some members of the terror group were well educated, like doctors. This changed how people thought about the fight against terrorism. It meant that the threat came from different places, not just from those typically expected. Many important questions still have no answers. Was Dr. Mohammed Umar truly the person who caused the explosion? Or was he an innocent victim, perhaps forced into a terrible act, or not knowing about the bomb in his car? This is a crucial question that investigators are still trying to answer. Also, the police arrested some members of the group, but are their other members still free? The large amount of bomb-making materials found suggested that the group might have planned many more attacks. What was the true goal of this particular attack near the famous Red Fort? The attack near the Red Fort, a very famous and symbolic place in India, was a sad event for the whole nation. It strongly reminded everyone about the constant danger of terrorism. It showed how difficult it is to keep a large country safe from such threats. India faces many serious challenges in its ongoing fight against terror groups. The government needs to find a careful balance between making people safe and allowing them to live their lives freely. The families of those who died and were hurt faced immense sadness and difficulty. Their lives were changed forever by the blast. The incident also greatly affected businesses around the Red Fort area. Many shops closed as people were afraid to go there, causing economic problems for local traders. This story is a powerful reminder for everyone. It tells us that security is a never-ending job that requires constant vigilance, smart planning, and teamwork across many agencies. It highlights the complex nature of preventing terrorism in a free society. What do you think is the single biggest challenge for India in stopping terror attacks like this one from happening again?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.